Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital comings and goings. Lucky Spencer heads home. GH comings and goings promise Lucky Spencer's big return is getting closer and closer. From the moment fans heard that Lucky was making his way back to Port Charles, they've been chomping at the bit for his first air date. Well, we don't have to wait much longer because he will resurface this summer and is already filming. No doubt, his return will make a big splash and we can't wait to see what's in store for him. We already know that his return is tied to another big comeback, Holly Sutton. So, there might be a big adventure ahead for them. However, fans are also wondering if Lucky is returning for a more personal reason. GH casting updates. Lucky back for Liz? No doubt, many General Hospital fans want Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, to reunite with his ex-wife and epic love, Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst. So, aside from whatever he has planned with Holly Sutton, Emma Sams, hopefully, he'll rekindle his romance with Liz. Perhaps, Elizabeth could even end up in a love triangle with Lucky and her other ex, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. Indeed, there is sure to be tons of drama ahead for Lucky and Liz. General Hospital casting news. Morgan Corinthos on screen. Recently, on GH Morgan Corinthos, Brian Craig, made his highly anticipated return right when his father, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Benard, needed him the most. Currently, Sonny is reeling because he feels that everyone in his life is turning on him. Furthermore, his niece, Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, holds him responsible for the death of her baby girl. Also, she says his daughter Christina Corinthos, Kate Monsey, could have died because of him. And she's still in critical condition. Indeed, Sonny is at his lowest point, so low that he recently went up to the General Hospital roof and climbed up onto the ledge. Indeed, it looks like he's ready to end it all. Most likely, Morgan will be the one to stop him from taking his own life. Then, maybe Sonny will talk to a professional and figure out what's going on with his bipolar medication. Also, it appears Sonny encounters more problems when his estranged brother, Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, shows up in town. Rick arrives soon and it's likely he's back to avenge his daughter, Molly. So, he may get on the crowded bandwagon to put Sonny in prison. GH is more intense than ever. Be sure to watch daily to see the return of Lucky Spencer along with all of the other drama on the ABC Sudzer. After years of absence and endless speculation, Lucky Spencer is finally coming home to Port Charles, and the news has fans buzzing with excitement and intrigue. The beloved son of Luke and Laura, once the heart and soul of General Hospital, has been gone far too long. His return promises not just nostalgia, but seismic emotional fallout for the people he left behind. From his complicated past with Elizabeth Weber to his fraught history with his mother Laura and brother Nicholas, Lucky's re-entry into the GH canvas is set to shake up everything. The return of a Spencer legend. It's been years since Lucky was last seen wandering the world, a lost soul trying to make peace with his demons. His departures were always marked by pain, guilt, and the haunting legacy of being Luke Spencer's son. The latest word around the Port Charles docks is that Lucky has finally found his way home, but the man who steps back into town may not be the same wide-eyed idealist fans remember. A source close to the show teases, this version of Lucky is more complex, more jaded, but deeply emotional. He's seen the world, and now he's ready to face the ghosts he left behind. That sounds like classic GH gold, a mix of redemption, romance, and old wounds reopening. Laura's joy and fear. For Laura Collins, this is both a dream come true and a potential heartbreak waiting to happen. She's lost so many people, her father, her husband Luke, and countless friends, that having Lucky home is a gift she doesn't take lightly. But Laura knows her son too well. Lucky doesn't come home without a reason. Expect scenes filled with tears, hugs, and a mother's intuition screaming that something's off. Has Lucky come back to help her fight Nicholas, who's once again skating on the edge of villainy? Or could he be harboring secrets about Luke's mysterious death, something no one ever truly got closure on? Either way, Laura's about to find herself pulled into a new Spencer family storm, the kind that only General Hospital can deliver. Elizabeth and Lucky. The unfinished story. Of course, Lucky's return wouldn't be complete without reigniting the chemistry with Elizabeth Weber. Their love story was one of the most iconic in GH history. Tender, tragic, and timeless. First loves rarely fade completely, and fans have never stopped rooting for them to find their way back. But a lot has changed since Lucky last held Elizabeth in his arms. Liz has endured heartbreak after heartbreak, losing Franco, nearly marrying Finn, and raising her boys largely on her own. She's become stronger, wiser, and less naive. But when Lucky walks through those hospital doors, all the old feelings could come when she sees him. That shocked breath, the mix of anger and longing, and maybe even a tear. Elizabeth thought she was done with Lucky Spencer, but Lucky was never really done with her. Could this finally be their second chance at happiness? Or will the ghosts of their past, from his addiction struggles to her complicated history with Nicholas and Jason, ruin their shot before it even begins? Nicholas and Lucky, brothers at odds. Speaking of Nicholas, the Spencer-Cassadine rivalry may be set to flare up once more. Lucky and Nicholas have had a rocky bond over the years. Brothers by blood, enemies by circumstance. Nicholas's latest reign of questionable morality, including the mess with Ava and his shady dealings, could put him directly in Lucky's crosshairs. If Lucky returns determined to save their mother from Nicholas's chaos, we could be in for an explosive sibling showdown. Picture Lucky confronting Nicholas at Windmere, the candlelight flickering as he growls, "You've disgraced this family enough." With the Cassadines always scheming, Lucky's moral compass might be exactly what the show needs to balance the scales. But the question is, will Nicholas listen, or will he see his brother's return as yet another betrayal? A hero with new secrets. Rumor has it Lucky's homecoming isn't just about family. There's buzz that he's carrying a secret mission, possibly linked to Luke's death, or a case connected to Anna Devane and the WSB. Some whispers suggest Lucky may have been deep undercover for years, and what brings him back to Port Charles is a threat only he can stop. Could he be tracking someone from his past? A former WSB ally turned enemy? Or maybe Lucky knows something explosive about Jack Brennan and his web of corruption that's been threatening Sonny and others. If Lucky's intel could save lives in Port Charles, it would mark a powerful return to his roots as both hero and detective. But secrets always come at a price. If Lucky's been hiding out while his loved ones suffered, will they forgive him? Or will his hero's journey be clouded by guilt and regret? Sonny Corinthos crosses paths with Lucky. Few relationships in Port Charles are simple, and Lucky's inevitable collision with Sonny Corinthos could spark serious tension. Sonny once served as a kind of mentor figure during Lucky's teenage years, but the man Sonny has become, hardened, volatile, paranoid, might not sit well with a moralistic Lucky. If Lucky learns about Sonny's recent violent streak and his unstable state, he may find himself defending people Sonny's targeting, especially Ava, who was once tangled in Lucky's orbit. Imagine Sonny snarling, "Stay out of my business," only for Lucky to shoot back, "When your business destroys people I love, I can't." This kind of fiery confrontation could reignite the 2000s GH energy, when moral lines blurred and every character's motives had layers. The new generation meets the old. Another emotional layer in Lucky's return will be his reunion with his sons. Cameron, now grown and bitter after everything with Elizabeth, could have a hard time forgiving his father for being absent. Aiden, meanwhile, may idolize Lucky but struggle with feelings of abandonment. Seeing Lucky try to reconnect with his boys could make for some of the most heart-wrenching material of the year. GH fans love generational storytelling, and this return gives the show a golden opportunity to bridge the past and future, Spencer family style. What it means for the future of GH. With Lucky back, General Hospital could be gearing up for a massive Spencer-centric storyline. Between Laura's leadership, Nicholas's schemes, and the next generation's drama, there's fertile ground for emotional and adventurous plots. Plus, with Luke gone, Lucky could easily step into that reluctant hero role, the moral center who tries to keep Port Charles grounded amid mob chaos, Cassadine intrigue, and WSB danger. Whether this is a short arc or a full-time return, the creative potential is sky-high. And if GH really wants to deliver a fall or winter shakeup, bringing Lucky home might be the most emotional move they could make. Final thoughts. General Hospital thrives on legacy, and few legacies are richer than the Spencers. Lucky's return feels like a love letter to longtime fans and a new chapter waiting to be written. With his heart full of scars and his soul ready for redemption, Lucky Spencer could be the emotional reset Port Charles desperately needs. Get ready, because when Lucky Spencer walks back into town, everything changes. Old wounds reopen, old flames flicker, and the spirit of Luke and Laura's adventurous son burns bright once again.